Hey guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Let me just make sure you guys I'm videotaping. Just a second, people. Okay, yeah, I'm recording. Okay, you guys, I have a new angle today, and I'm believing that this time it won't be like that narrow. I know, I hate watching videos too like that, especially when they're tutorials and it's like a narrow window. I like the wide view. So I think I finally got that situated with my camera. So we'll see. And hopefully we're close enough. I'm trying to put the camera in a spot that high enough but close enough that you guys can see the whole thing. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. Okay. I told you guys I wanted to show you guys how to make art cards with collage pieces and paint, or how to do, but what happened was I'm going to show you guys how I do these collage and paint backgrounds for my fairies, and this fairy will be cut out and put in this world. And I may make a color copy of her and make her a little bit smaller so she fits better. Because I want the hair really long still. So, but I have to first get the world done. But this will be the this will be her. I have drawn her and then I watercolored her. So, and there's probably a few other things I've used in here besides watercolors because I always do. So anyway, okay. So what I've done so far, because I pre-did this because, you know, it takes time to do tutorials and I didn't want to waste time so you guys can watch me matte medium all this on there. For one, this was all glued on with a product called matte medium. Some people swear by the Golden, some people swear by the Liquitex. I just buy wherever I'm at. If I'm at Michael's, I'm at Joann's, I use a coupon. Done. But the big thing is you need matte medium, because matte medium will glue these pieces down, but at the same time you take the matte medium and you put it on top of it. It makes it a paintable surface. Also, super important, it makes it so that if you make a mistake and you don't like something, you can just take a baby wipe and wipe it right off and start again. So you're never gonna do something wrong because you can just wipe it off and start again if you coat it with a coat of matte medium. So this is so vital in this process, and a lot of other things you do too. If you have something like some watercolors or whatever, or I don't know if it'll work with the dilutions, but you can experiment with it. But if you need to like put a coating on something so you can make it paintable, because watercolor is not paintable over it once you get it wet again, you might be able to use the matte medium to do that. So anyway, so let's talk about these pieces. I got these out of all different magazines. The wedding rings came from a wedding magazine. The cake came from a wedding magazine. I don't know where I got the sky and this water from. And this really at the bottom is not really a sky. It's not really water. It's a sky, but I want it to make it into water. So those are the colors. And the reason I put the sky in the water, I used the magazine pieces, is because this is what's going to give us our structure of maybe the colors we want to use and how we want the sky to look. So we'll paint the rest of the sky in, but this is going to kind of give you the clue of what you want. I'm to the point now where I don't even usually put a sky in. I have an idea of different skies that I've seen that I want to just paint in on my own, but I just thought I should put these in here. Now, the other thing is I'm doing a big piece like this for my picture, for my, that I'm going to put my girl, oh, excuse me, I'm going to put my girl in. You can do the same, these techniques you can also transfer over to smaller art cards, 4x6 art cards, if you want to do ATCs. This process is for whatever size you want to make it. And a project like this would probably be too much for you at the beginning. Maybe it won't. And if it's too big, don't do a big project like this. Just do art cards. And that's what I started with, was art cards. So, and the main thing about once I start this, it's not important for you to get every little thing I do and try to make your project like mine. It's to get the process and the steps and the tips out of it. Like that's the most important thing, is to learn the process and learn the tips and learn the skills. I guess that's the word. Because once you have the skills of how I did this, you can do it on your own and use whatever pieces you want from a magazine. Okay. Now I'm going to explain my pieces really quick and then we'll get started. These rings I put in here in the sky, this is going to be a waterfall in the sky. I will paint the whole sky in, and the sky will actually go over all of this. So this will blend into the background of the sky. But I'm going to have little worlds in here. This is going to have water dripping off, so these are going to turn into little waterfalls in the sky. And these are going to be their own little worlds in here. I'm going to put in clouds and all of that. This is an eyeshadow pot, and I'm going to make this its own little world, or like a planet. This will be covered up so much, you're just going to see like time through the sky. I may throw some small mini planets on here. I may not. We'll see. This right here is a branch, and that's going to serve as a bridge in my painting, and I'll probably put little people walking on the bridge. This is another part of the bridge, little fancy part. This might be a little mountain. We'll see. Now, this other big ring here, again, it's going to be another waterfall here, and in here I'm going to make it into a little world, putting like a sky and birds and maybe a few planets. We'll see. This work is really organic, and that's what's kind of cool about it. You kind of make it up as you go along and what you see. And just because you think you're going to do that, maybe you won't. You'll see different things as you're doing it. And this is the other thing. Dee Dee Willingham is the one who taught me how to do this. We'll taught all of us on Ustream how to do this. And my collage / painting come out different than hers. She likes to do more space. I like to do little fairy worlds for my fairies and for my girls. So you'll get your own style too. You may not use rings and eyeshadow pots and timepieces. You may want to use other things. So you'll develop your own style as you do this. But for now, you can definitely copy the different things I choose and practice those first. And then as you keep going, you're going to start seeing things as you keep doing it. This is a pant leg right here, so we're going to make this another little bridge. So it's a bridge from over here to over here. This is a whole little fancy castle. There will be water or snow coming off all of this whole thing. This is going to be another waterfall. These flowers are like a landscape in here. There's going to be, most of this is going to, these flowers are going to be underwater. So they're going to be like underwater plants. Down here is a clock piece, and I just think it's cool. It's going to be underwater, so a lot of water and waves will be all over this, but it looks like a little lost treasure. This is going to be another lost treasure, this little timepiece here. And there'll be water and waves, and you'll just barely see those peeking through the water. Okay, I want to show you really quickly how I glue on, and not that you don't know how to glue on, but I'm going to explain my way of doing it. It's a little bit different because you're told when you're gluing on your pieces to put glue on the back of the piece and on the front. Now, usually the pieces from magazines are so kind of with cheap paper that when I was putting it on, like, okay, I was putting it on here like I'm doing now, and then you put it on the back of the piece. The magazine piece was so cheap that it was like curling up so much I couldn't barely even get it down. So I'm just finding it better just to put a lot of glue in the spot and then put it down. But you know what? It's your choice of how you want to do it. There'll be people who would argue to death with me about that. So whatever. Then what I do is then I take a credit card or whatever. I have a little Sam's Club card here. And just go like this so it's all even. And then what the most important thing to do is make sure you put the matte medium on top. Okay? And I'm probably not going to get finished with this piece. This takes me a while to do, but I want to get enough of it done that you get the process down and you get the lessons down so that you can do some of these yourself. Either a big project like this or art cards. And for the most part, I kind of suggest starting with making them small into small art cards because, you know, it could be a little intense at first. Okay, so then after you do that, just a second, you guys, I don't want to waste my glue. Just a second. I'm going to take the rest of my matte medium and put it back into my jar with my brush. So just a second. I hate to waste that. This stuff is kind of expensive. I mean, this was like probably 12 bucks. But I use a coupon, so then I had to spend like 12 or something. Anyway, but it's well worth it. Now let's just, excuse me guys, I'm going to turn my dryer on and dry real quick. That's dry. Very good. So it dries really, really quick. Now it's a paintable surface and it's a wipeable surface. Okay, so we're going to start up here with the sky. Okay. And I use this little plate here. This is just a top. Anyway. And that's what I'm going to put my paint in. You can use coffee tops. You can use whatever you have for your little paint trays. Okay, so I'm going to put some paint on here. Let me just get a few of them going. So I use that. I use this color here. I'm going to use this other light blue. This robin's egg blue. Oh, shoot. Kind of too much out. Okay, I'm going to add this blue. I'm not sure if I'm using this blue or not. We'll see. Try to use little amounts because you use so little when you do all this, but we'll see. Okay, let me just, now I'm using this purple here because see that purple right there? You need kind of a dark purple. So we'll put some of that out. And, of course, white. I'll probably add clouds over this, even though there's not even any white clouds in it. I probably will. Now, see, there's a little bit of orange in here. So, and this is the thing. This is experimental. It may or may not work, this sky. And I may or may not like how it turns out. And if I don't, then we'll start again. Because I haven't done a lot of skies with orange and yellow in them. My last one had it, so. Anyway, okay, so let's begin. And I like to, here's my palette so you guys can see. I like to use my fingers. You're just going to see a lot of finger painting. And you'll see a lot of brush too, but you're going to see a lot of finger painting. Okay, so let's go ahead and start painting this. Start blending this into here. Okay. And it may look weird at first. We're just getting some coating in here. Some blue. Right now, I'm kind of covering up that clock a little bit much. So, we're going to remove. I have some baby wipes I keep in this little container. I get them at the Dollar Tree. And then I got this container at the Dollar Tree, and I keep them in here, and it keeps them nice and moist. It's a Betty Crocker one. I try to give you guys little tips as I go along of things I do. Okay, so we're going to, like, I want the clock to, like, look. So you take a baby wipe when you want to just make something look kind of misty, and that's what I want to look. I don't want the clock completely covered up. So that's good right there. So we took enough off there. Okay, so we want some of the paint to come across here. And let's go ahead and put some paint in here. Oh, and I should let you guys know, I'm using acrylic, because someone's going to ask me, duh. I'm using acrylic paints. And again, I'm going to open up, I want that to be more opened up. And that's the importance of matte medium. You can then just remove, and we're going to remove pretty much all of it from here. Because I want to put some stuff in here, planets and clouds and stuff like that. I use acrylic paint. I use either the Craft Smart acrylic paint. I use whatever, you guys. Whatever I get cheap. Craft Smart, I got 3 or 4 for $1 like a year ago. So I bought like almost every color and like 3 shades of every color. This is Apple Barrel, Craft Mart, Folk Art, whatever. Okay. I say whatever acrylic paint's on sale is what you should get. Okay, so let's just rub over all this. We're going to wipe some of this paint off, but let's get the blue sky in here. And believe me, there's going to be other colors layered into this whole thing. We just got to get some. And go over the over your magazine piece so that this is all becoming one thing. See? Okay. Okay, now we'll let this go down into here a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to take our baby wipe again. And we're going to take the paint off of this because we're going to make this into a, but make it still blend a little bit. We're going to make this into a waterfall. So we need the paint off of there. We're going to make this into a waterfall, so we'll take some of the paint off of here too. Okay. And some off of here, because we're going to make that into the waterfall also. Okay. Okay, now, A little bit of blue can be over all of this. Okay, a little bit of blue can be on the ring, on the stone of the ring, a little bit. So it all kind of like blends together. I think you guys are kind of getting the point. Yeah. A little bit can come onto it because that kind of brings everything together. Okay. This is getting a little wet right there. This is a really organic technique. Yeah, we'll go over that part too. Okay, and now you see I have a little sky now for the little worlds that I'm going to make in here too, okay? So now the sky is in, but we still need to put in some colors, some of the colors that we wanted before that we see in here, like this deep purple. We want to put some of that in. Okay, so let's put some of that in here. Okay, just like that. Okay, and it can go over into here a little bit. In fact, the more you kind of do that, you blend it into other parts, it kind of blends everything together. We'll put a little of that purple over here. Okay. And then we'll put a little, and we'll deepen it a little bit more. Okay. Then we'll put a little bit of that purple right into here. Maybe. We'll see how that looks. Okay, do I like it? Yeah, I like it. Except for I don't want it in here like that much. We'll take some of that out. But the rest of it I like, I think. Okay. We'll leave that for now. Then, oh yeah, we gotta put some purple over here too. And I'm just using my index finger. And actually, we're going to do separate stuff in there. So we're probably okay. We're going to do separate things in here. I'll throw some white clouds right there. Okay, so we're not going to do that, like I said. Okay, so now we got that. And then we're going to throw in... we're going to throw in the orange. And you need such a little amount. I did a sky with orange the other day, and it turned out cool, but very little amounts, you guys. Let's throw in some right here. Oh, that looks cool. Cool. But it's just you need so little to do it, because if you do too much, it looks like too much. Okay, let's throw in a little bit right into here. Oh, that looks cool. Love it. And we will throw in a little bit up into here. I was a little bit nervous with this orange because, I don't know, I don't use it very often. But I've really been attracted to, you know, these skies with orange and this and that. So, anyway, I like it. Okay, let's throw in a little purple up in here. Okay, let's just throw a little bit of purple up and through there. That looks good. And we'll throw a little orange over there, like right into here. Yeah, very little, but it looks good. And we'll throw a little purple over here. That looks good. And another little bit of purple here. So you see guys how I'm doing this? It's like, it's a little rubbing of paint here and there. It's pretty cool. And we could still throw a little bit more orange because I just covered it up right here. See how that looks? That looks good. Okay, let's bring that out a little bit. Perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's take a little orange. And like right here, like Bob Ross would say, let's make a big decision right here. I feel like Bob Ross. In our little world. Okay, I won't get weird. Okay, let's throw in a little bit. I don't know if we should throw orange in there or not. Oh, let's just try it and see what happens. Yeah, that looks good. We just did a little bit. I don't like how this is right here. It seems like there needs to be a little white or something to break this up right here. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. We need like a little white here with this cloud too. We'll throw that in. Perfect. And we'll just take off some of this. Okay. That sky looks really, really cool. I am loving this. Let's do a little bit of purple over in here. That sky didn't have very much white clouds in it and stuff, but just for the sake of, like, I don't know, it just felt like it needed a little bit of white. Okay. There we go. And with a little purple into here, just along the edge a little bit. And we'll do a little white again right here, so it looks like there's, so that purple's broken up. Okay, so I like that sky. I think that looks really, really good. I love it. Okay, now you can, if you want, come in here. There's techniques where you can come in here and throw white clouds in, but it wasn't originally like that, and I don't want to see a bunch of white clouds. But I'm going to show you how you can do some white clouds inside of here. Okay, let me check my camera for the time too. Just a second, guys. If you guys could see, you would laugh. I have to climb on top of my chair and look. Just a second, guys. I'm just looking at real quick. Yeah, I have to climb on top of my chair to look at my time. It's like ridiculous. How many minutes am I at? Okay, I think I'm only at 12 minutes, so I have plenty of time. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to go into this little world here, and we're going to make this into a waterfall. We're going to do the little sky in here with birds and all kinds of stuff. So let's start first with the sky. So we're going to take some of our white paint, and we're going to do some little white clouds. This is the kind of paintbrush I'm using. It's kind of a flat brush. And we're going to scruff in some clouds. Okay, just like that. Scruff in some more clouds. Just like that. Okay, we'll scruff in some more. There we go. See, it's that simple. You can also make clouds. I'll show you another way to make clouds. You can take clouds where if you want like a fluffy cloud, I'm trying to see where I can do it where I won't mess things up. I don't know. You can do it where you take, so I'll just show you guys here. You can take it where you can make a cloud like this. Kind of like take your brush and scruff it like that. And then take your finger and then just go like that and you make a fluffy cloud. See? So that's another way of making a cloud. And make it fluffy. But it looks kind of cool in between all of these rougher looking clouds. But right now it's not going to be as effective because there's really not the room for it. So whatever. Okay, so we put those clouds in. Rinse my brush really quick. Okay, so we put those clouds in. Now I want to do some, we need some black paint. I want to do some little birds. So I'm getting a little bit of black paint on another plate. Just a little bit. And we're going to do some birds. I'm using a really small brush. See, guys, right there? It's really small. Okay, so it's real nice and thin. Okay, and then come over here and throw in some little birdies. See? Isn't this kind of cool? Okay, and we'll throw, and we'll throw in some little birdies. Okay, we'll throw some in here. I think that looks really cool. We'll throw some in over here. And then I'm gonna show you another little technique. So now I've showed you how to make clouds, the sky. I want to do some shooting stars in here. I think it looks so cool. Okay, and you need white paint, same brush. Okay, making sure we're recording still. Yeah, we're still recording. Hopefully you guys are seeing it well. Okay, you know what I'm going to do, you guys? Hopefully you guys were seeing it pretty good there. I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit closer to... Ooh, just a second, guys. All right. I'm working right there. Okay, I brought you in a little bit closer so you can't see the rest of the painting, but you can see just what we're working on. So, that's all we need to see for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the shooting star. You're going to use a little bit of white paint. Use that really small brush. Okay? And what I like to do is I just like to hit here. And then just like go back like that. Now, I kind of messed up because I'm at a weird angle being under this camera. I can't move my paper. Normally I would have moved my surface here. So that's what's nice about this though. See how I told you it's a paintable surface? You can just easily remove that. Isn't that cool? Okay, so there's a shooting star right there. Okay, let's make another one. I'll make another one here. And these are just kind of cool. Okay, and we'll make another one. There we go. And then we're going to make some little, like, we're going to make some more little stars like this. Make a dot, and then just kind of pull from the center like this. See? I think these turn out pretty cool. This also can be for something like, if you need something like shine on something to show that it's shining, you can take white paint and do this, and it looks like something is shining. Okay, now I don't like that, how that turned out, so let's just start again. Isn't that cool how you can just, if you don't like how something turns out, you can just get rid of it. I love that. I'll do it over here. So bring that out a little bit here. So you just make a little dot, and then from the center out, you just kind of bring it out. See how it's like a little shining little star? And like I said, if you're like you have something that's shining and you want to show that it's shiny, you can put a few of these on that object. But in this case, I'm just using those as little shining, like, I don't know, stars. Okay. And then in the same little world, I'm going to put a couple of little dots, which is going to be little, you know, little stars here and there. Okay, is this looking pretty, you guys? It's a little of this and a little of that. It's like really no big deal. Okay, now with that same little brush, I love these little brushes. Or do I want to use my other one? Okay, actually, I have another one. And not that you have to get my exact brushes, but just to kind of show you what I'm using, you can get something similar. I have another one that's a really small brush. See, it's another one that's a really small brush. But this one's like more scruffy because it's old, but I like how it makes like waterfalls better, so we're going to use that. Okay, so we're going to go up here at the top, and let's see where I want to do this. I want to do this at the top. Yeah, we'll do it at the top. And just roughly put that in. Then, this is at the top of the ring. What I like to do is I like to make like an upside down triangle like that, see? And then that's where the water drop comes from. And the reason I like to make sure I do that because it looks like the water's puddling off. And it's the easiest way to do it, I have found. And now if I do one like, okay, let's do it and make it a little bit longer. Make the water drip a little longer. And let it go right into the sky. Okay. I don't think water drips crooked, and I made it go crooked, so let's do it again. That baby wipe is really wet. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that again. There we go. You know, one second, guys. I'm not liking this brush. I'm going to try my other brush and see if I like it better. I'm going with my other long one, like that. I feel like that one's getting too scrunchy. Okay, so now this one, yeah, I'm liking this better. This one, I'm going to do the little water driplets, but since that one went down really low, I'm going to make that one really short. The next one I'll make long, just so we have kind of the unevenness. Okay, and here we go. We're going to make this one a little bit longer. That's going to go right down into the sky here. And we're still continuing with this one. Straight down. There we go. And the next one's going to be a little bit shorter. Okay. Like way shorter. I want it way shorter than that. Let me rinse my brush a little bit. Okay. I want this one really, really short. There we go. That's what I wanted there. Okay, see how cool that looks? Okay, next. We're going to do some more water foliage. Even here, I want to do another one here. It's inside of the ring right here. And that's going to be another one. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Oh, and this is another thing I didn't tell you guys. When you're choosing your collage material, you want a good, and this is just a guide. You can do whatever you want, but a good guide is to choose things that is a person, a place, and a thing. Because then you can tell like a little story in your thing. So it's really good to do a person, place, and a thing when you're choosing your collage, what we call fodder, collage fodder, F-O-D-D-E-R. So what a person is, well, for me, it could be an animal, it could be a bird. For me, it's my drawing of that girl, which I showed you guys. And then, see how cool that's looking? The things are like these rings and these clocks, okay, and these rings. Places are, you know, the person, place, or thing. So we got the person. The place is a few things. The place can be this little city. A place can be the rings, or they can be a thing, because you're going to make these little worlds out of them. So at any rate, try to do a person, place, or thing. Choose your water. Choose some type of landscaping. So those are just kind of like little guidelines. And like I said, you don't have to do any of those things. You can do exactly what you want. If you just want all things in your painting, you can have all things and have no people at all. It's your world. But that's just like a little guide. It really helped me. So, okay. So again, where the ring was, I'm just making myself another little waterfall here. Am I getting paint on things? No, I'm not. Okay. Is that wet? No, it's not. Okay, so let's go in through here. We're going to go right down. Bam. I love that. And then this one will be just a little one. Okay. And this will be a lot longer one. Isn't this kind of cool to know how to do this this water? Okay. Draw that little upside down triangle, and then bam, and bring the water down. Perfect. Okay. And then here we go again. And I like doing these videos real time so that you guys can see. And you guys, you know what I call this? I call this Art and Tea with Angie. And I forgot to say that at the beginning. And I forgot to get my cup of tea. So we'll still call this Art and Tea with Angie, but today it's without my cup of tea. That's hilarious. Okay. I left my tea right in the kitchen. You know what happened is I got my camera focused and I'm like, I gotta turn this on before my camera turns off. And I forgot about my darn tea. Anyway, it's still Art with Angie, minus the tea for today. Okay. Or Art with Angie. Okay, I'll bring that right there. We'll bring this, we'll bring some more water up into here. See how we've taken these and and that's the other thing. You don't use whatever pieces you're choosing, you're making something completely different out of it. It's not going to be rings. You're going to make something completely different out of it, and that's the whole really neat thing with this technique. You're never going to use what you're cutting it out. You're going to put paint over it. You're going to make it into something else. So look at this. Does this look like rings now? Two rings? No. For one, they're upside down. Number two, now we've made, a whole world out of them. Okay. And then, again, more water coming down. Now you guys are like, okay, we got the water down. I bet you do. I put a lot of water in my paintings. I learned that from Dee Dee Willingham, and you guys have to check her channel out. She does Ustream, and then she publishes it on YouTube. I'll put her link below. And I encourage you guys, watch many different people do their artwork, and then that's how you kind of start developing your own style, your own way of doing things. You start combining all these different things you learn, and that's how I've learned. I think YouTube is one of the best art universities there is, because you can learn from so many people. I have learned so much on YouTube with crafting, period, and then especially with my artwork. It's been my little art university, I can tell you that. Okay, I think that looks really good. Okay, so that little world is done. Look how cool that looks. I love it. Okay, let's go and do this little world here. Okay, I'm going to try and see if we have enough room for me to put in some fluffy clouds, because I want to show you guys the fluffy clouds so you can see that technique. But if I don't and they look funky, then we will just have to do those other ones. Okay, just a second. I have a little scruffy brush, if I have it really close here. Yeah, I do. Okay, I have this little mini scruff brush. You don't have to use this, but it's really small, because you could scruff these in with this brush, but it's kind of big for this area, and this one's really small, so that's why I'm using this one. So, and you need very little paint, so once you put your paint on your brush, then hit it like on a piece of paper before you do it. Okay, so I want to scrunch in some clouds right here, right there, and then take my finger and just fluff them out a little bit, and then do some more little fluffy clouds right here. Second, guys, I need a little more paint. Okay, and then fluff these out. See how those are looking pretty cool? Like little fluffy clouds. So you just do them like that. Now, I'm going to also mix some of the other clouds in there. The ones that I did over here. I'm going to mix some of those. I think it makes your sky look really cool. If you have the fluffy ones, add a few of the scruffier looking ones. So then up here we'll add in a little bit of scruffy clouds there. We'll add in a little bit of scruffy clouds there. And it'll go into there. So I think that looks really cool. Okay, so now we have some clouds. And remember, this was an eyeshadow pot that I got out of like a glamour magazine. And it's not an eyeshadow pot anymore. Now it's a little world. And in this little world, we're going to add some, let's add some birds. Let me get my black paint. I'm back to this little small brush here. And we're going to put in some birds. Oh, I don't have enough paint on there. Okay, guys can kind of see how I'm doing the birds. And I like to, when I do the birds, I like to kind of make them go everywhere, all over the place. So that looks really cool. Let me show you guys something else. In this world, I'm going to throw in some lightning. So we'll see how it turns out right now. Let's just throw some lightning in this sky for fun. So you take a brush like this, put your white paint on there, and you do a little squiggly line like this, just like that, okay? And then take another line and go like that. And there is some lightning. Isn't that cool? I think that's fun. Okay, let's make some more lightning. Okay. There we go. And there's some more lightning. Does that look cool, you guys? I love it. Let me just make sure I'm checking the time, make sure I'm still recording. Yes, we're still recording. Okay. So there's some more lightning. I think that is really fun. Okay. In here, in this little world, let's continue. Let's make some, let's do some shooting stars. Okay, I put a little white dot there, and from there you just go right out. And the reason I put the dot and then go out from the dot is because it, I have to do this at weird angles. It's weird. Because then you get like just a more natural shooting star. Okay, and hopefully you guys, hopefully this one works out. If it doesn't, we'll erase it. Nope, this one worked out good. Okay. The reason I say I hope it worked out is because I'm at weird angles. And then we'll do another shooting star right on the outside. See if we can get this. There we go. That looks good. And then let's just throw in a lot of little stars in this. Not a lot, but enough. And enough little stars. Throw in some little stars here and there. So there's that little world right there. I think that looks really, really good. It needs a little something else. Okay, it needs a couple, okay, I know exactly what it needs. It needs a couple of those stars right there. So let's throw in right here. Let's throw that in. Just a second, you guys. I got to get some more paint on here. Okay, so I put my dot there, and from there, you're just going to go out from there, from the middle of the dot. There we go. And then right here. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. And you guys don't worry about making everything perfect. There's so many small details on this that you don't have to be perfect. There's so many small details on here. No one's going to know if you didn't do something exactly perfect. I mean, erase it if it's not what you want, but don't worry about perfection. Don't worry about perfection in your art, period. The more imperfect your art is, the better. And the more you do art, the more you'll understand that. It looks more real when it's not so perfect. It really does. I'm going to throw one more one more of those stars right here on the outside of the planet. Like if you draw like a girl, and you have hair like flowing everywhere, like flowing to the side, throwing a piece of hair over her face, isn't that like real life? It looks more real. And you could think you're messing up your painting, and you're making your painting look more real. So, okay, so I like that. That looks good. So let's go ahead and leave that alone. I love how the time looks here, because the time looks like it's coming through the sky. I feel like we need to put a little bit of cloud over it though. It looks like it's just floating by itself too much. So let's go back with our fingers and put in a little bit of, maybe put in a little bit of purple, a little bit. Throw in a little bit of purple there, and maybe a little orange right underneath it. Like that. Perfect. Love it. And looks like we need a little bit of white. A little bit of, oh, not that much. See how I messed that up? Let's take some of it off, if not all of it. Okay, let's take some of that off. Okay, now look, I'm going to take off probably just enough with my baby wipe and leave the rest. See, that looks good. I'm liking that. That's all I wanted, was that about that much in there. Look and see if we need a little white in here. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I'm liking that better. I do feel like we need some stuff over this clock, like maybe some lightning or some, we're going to do some shooting stars in the sky. Let's throw some shooting stars in here. There we go. And the more imperfect that you make these shooting stars look, the better too. Because no shooting star is perfect. No shooting star is the same. Okay, and so we'll do another one. Just 1 second, you guys. I'm trying to position my arm right. Okay, there we go. And then let's do some of these stars here. See how the clock now is looking like it's just like, I want it to look like time in the sky. And I do that to almost every piece I do. I put time in the sky. And see how you can't even tell what that watch, where that watch piece came from? Because we made it time in the sky. It's not a watch anymore. Ooh, I don't like how that turned out. It's like too fat. Okay. Okay, let's see. Is that too wet? No. Okay, let's do it again. Okay. Bam. Bam. It's so frustrating trying to get the right amount of paint on your brush. Because I'm still using that brush right there. Sometimes you have to start over again, like your brush just gets too, I don't know, just gets like too gooped up. Yep, that's what it was, because now I'm getting what I need. Okay. Cool. That looks good. I'm going to add some more stuff to it. Do I like that one? Yeah, I like it. At the same time, let's add some stars. This. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to add birds to this. This one's something different. Okay. I do feel that we need some lightning come across though. So I am going to do some lightning. Okay, so I have like baby wipes everywhere, driving me nuts. Okay, so here we go. Like Bob Ross said, we're going to make a little decision in our world. Okay, and then let's do some more here. Get some more paint on the brush. There we go. And there's some cool lightning. Okay, you guys, my my thing turned off, so I don't know how much you guys saw of me doing that, but I'll explain it right here. I'm not sure where it turned off at. Usually I hear my camera turn off, but I did, this watch face looked like it was just sitting there too much. I wanted it to be more a part of the picture and just to see a little bit of the clock like peering through the sky. So I applied more sky over this. Then I went ahead and put in some shooting stars, some, you know, bright stars, little tiny stars. I put in some lightning. And I just think it, and then I went through with this brush here, and I put little white dots everywhere to give more stars everywhere, which I think turned out really good. And you guys kind of, everything I did over here, you guys have seen me do in the rest of the painting, but I wanted to explain that because my camera turned off, and I don't know what you guys saw or didn't see. So, anyway, I'm going to see if I add a little purple in this right here, if I like it. If I don't, we'll just baby wipe it out, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit of purple there. Needs to be a little purple in the clouds. Like everything's too white. I don't know, we'll see. Let me get my other brush over here. Yeah, we'll use this brush. Yeah, I'm liking this better now. We added a little bit of purple. Just a little bit. Yeah, see how that changed? It was just a little this or a little that, and I just think it looks better. So, anyway. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to the water. So let me change my camera angle, and we'll work on the water at the bottom. Okay, can you guys see the water? Let me see. Let me see what I have to do, guys, here. Bring the camera back. And I'm not sure how weird of an angle this is going to be for you guys. That's weird. Yeah, that's strange. That is strange, but it is what it is. Okay, let me see if I can come down in a little closer, though. Okay, I'm going to have to come out a little bit. Come out a little bit more. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to rearrange my... Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm going to have to bring my camera back, bring my picture up. You guys just bear with me. See down there, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this picture. And it's not letting me. Without getting further away. Let's just bring it out a little further. Maybe you guys can see it. God, that's so far away. That's like ridiculous. Okay. Like I said, you guys, forgive me. I'm trying to get, so there we go. All right, I actually had to put my camera, this is crazy, if you guys could see it. I had to actually put my camera on top of my picture to get this to work. Okay, that worked. Now I can come in a little closer. Not that close. Okay, because now we're trying to go down here where the water is at. You guys, just fast forward yourself through this whole thing because this is crazy. I cannot believe that I'm making my video and I have this many problems. This is absolutely nuts. Okay. All right, we finally got it. And I've wasted so much of my time doing that. So sorry, you guys. Like I said, fast forward that part because that was ridiculous. Okay. That was absolutely ridiculous. If I can cut that part out, because I'm learning editing, I will cut it out, you guys. If I don't, fast forward that crap. Sorry. Oh my gosh. That hurt my back. Oh, anyway. Okay, so we're going to come down to the water down here. And the water line is probably going to go at about right there. Because I even want these plants to be under the water too. So, let's start. This has a little bit bluer water in it. A little darker. Okay, so let's just start putting some blue in. And we'll bring that right across into here. And it, like the sky, it always looks messy at first because you're just getting some base on there. Okay. And if you need to blend things, you have a wet baby wipe there so you can kind of blend things across if you feel like you need to blend things. Like right through here, this kind of need to blend out. Okay. I'm going to throw some more water into here. I really hope you guys that I can edit that out, because that was horrible that it took me that long to focus the camera and get everything the way we needed it. So sorry about that. And you guys, if I do edit it and I'm saying this, then you'll know why I'm saying this, because I edited it out. Anyway, cray cray. But that's what happens on on trying to do a video. Okay, so that looks good there. All right, so now we're going to come in with some white. Bring that in with our fingers. Bring some white here, just straight across. See how when you bring the white in, everything starts looking more real. It starts looking like, instantly starts looking like water. Okay, so just bring the water across. Okay. Bring that straight across. Okay. And then the other technique I like to do too, let me throw a little bit more blue up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, the other technique I like to do too is I like to take a baby wipe and start and just use it and just blend things together, kind of just going across them, and it just starts blending the blue and the white together more naturally and looks smoother. See how nice, how much nicer that looks? Now it looks like at the bottom here, like there's a little bit of like the sun coming through the water, so I just want to put a little bit of that in, like it's a little bit of sun coming in. And like I said, this is new for me, throwing in like yellow or the sun or anything like in my paintings, because I normally never do that. I have like purple water or turquoisey water. I never do that. I want to try to see if I need to throw in, I do need to throw in this other blue color. So let's try that. Let me take a look at my camera time. Okay, we're still recording, thank God. Okay, let's throw in a little bit of turquoise in here. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And is this amazing, guys, these techniques where it's a lot of finger painting? So you can take these to, like, if you're doing just a regular painting, you can take these same techniques to that. I mean, okay, I like that. That looks good. And then again, let's take, for one, let's take a baby wipe over the clock here so that you can kind of see more of what, I'm covering up a little bit too much of this over here. Okay, I'm going to put some more water back there, but I want to take some stuff off of there. Again here, we're kind of covering up too much. There we go. Okay. And this looks good too. I'm kind of taking it off. Yeah, I wanted to kind of clean that up a little bit more. Maybe add a little more blue back in through here. What we want these to look like is that they're underwater, not completely covered up. Okay, so I'm going to throw a little bit of paint over them again. I just kind of had to start over again because I got actually a little bit too much, I felt, right in there. And this is very organic. It's kind of, you keep doing until you feel like you got it right, until you like it. Okay, so we're going to throw in a little bit of white into here. As soon as you throw the white into the blue paint, it really starts making it look real. I think. So it brings the realness to the water. I'm throwing a little white there. I'm throwing a little white here. Okay, and that's looking really good. Now that looks like there's something under the water. You can't even tell exactly, but there's something under the water. Okay, let's go over here and work this one now. Now we'll go over here and work this one. Okay, with a little bit of blue. Okay, and I think it has enough color over it. I think what I need to do now is put a little white over it. So let's go through with a little white. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. A little white helps everything, whether it's the sky or whether it's the water. There we go. So now it looks like there's a little, like a little clog under there, like a little something. You don't know. It's a little treasure under the water, and there's another little treasure there. And that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to be like, and it, like you exactly could see, oh, that's a clock or that's gears. I wanted to look like there's like little treasures under the water. So there's the water, and that's how I did it. I think that looks really good. I'm just wiping off my hands. I had a little mess over here going, guys. If you guys could have seen it. Oh my gosh. Just a second, okay, you guys, my hands are like a wreck. Let me get some, let me use my baby wipes and kind of get paint off. I even had paint like up into here that I put my arm in. I need to get control of myself. So just a second, people, just a second. Okay, let me see where I am with my time. Okay, we're doing okay, I think. Okay, the next thing that we want to do, and I'm trying to think if I want to bring that water up a little bit higher. You know what? I do need to bring the water up a little higher, you guys. So you guys are going to see me bring this up a little bit higher. I need to bring it up to here. Yeah. We'll just go ahead and take up some blue up into here too, just because it needs a little bit of something there. Okay. If we don't want that blue in there, we'll get rid of it. But for now, we're going to keep it. Okay, so I just put that blue in, of course. Then we're going to take and put some white in there. Let's take a little bit of white. See how that instantly turns it into water? Instantly turns it into some water. And I think I'm not gonna keep that blue here. Just bring it down to here. And the reason I'm not gonna keep the blue there is I think I will put in, whatever I put in here, I'll put on the outside of here. Because this is going to be its own little world there, so we won't do that. Okay. So now that looks more natural. Up a little higher. So that's what we needed to get done. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And now next, what we want to work on, I'm trying to think what I want to work on next. I think we're going to work on this little world here. This is going to be, again, more waterfalls, and they're going to put a little world inside of there. And this time we're going to do planets in there. Okay, so next, I'm just thinking how I want to do this. Okay, I think we're going to do like a little, let's do a little light blue sky in here. This is a robin's egg blue. I'm putting that in for the sky with my fingers. Okay, like that. Put that in here. Which I think looks really good. Okay, and then from there, let's throw in some clouds, and we're going to scruff in some clouds. Okay, here we go. Let's scruff in some clouds here. Okay, there we go. Scruff in some more. And we'll do a little bit right here. And then I'm going to do some fluffy ones in here too. And then we'll do some more fluffies over here. And some more fluffies in here. And let's just go ahead and take our finger and fluff them out. Okay, and I don't like how that one fluffed out over here. That one fluffed out kind of bad. But I do like how this one turned out. So kind of use your, and do a little pouncing motion. And a little pouncing right here. Yeah, I like that. Those turned out good. Okay, and everything's really, really wet. Maybe my brush was really wet. So let me do some quick drying really quick. 1 second, you guys. Blow dryer. Not looking cool. Now let me see how that was. See how that was a ring, but now the center of those rings is now like a little world, and we've put in some little clouds. So it's the same MO. I like to do a lot of the same things. It kind of brings the painting together. Let's throw in some little black birds. Okay. Let's throw in some little birdies. Little birdies everywhere, going all directions, so I think that's what makes it look a little more realistic. Even though, what am I saying, realistic? This is like such a fantasy world, it's not even funny. So, but anyway, realistic for my world. Okay. Okay, and then okay, there we go. I can even put some right here on this outer band of this world. So I think that looks good for the birds. Same brush. let's go with, same brush, let's go with making some shooting stars. Oh, you guys, you know those? Okay, you guys, my battery's getting low, so I'm gonna charge it and I'll come back, but I'm gonna edit all this together anyway, so you guys won't even know. But when you guys see that there's a little lax in camera time, you'll see why. So we'll be back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Okay, I have a piece of white paper over this you know, our collage paint piece with background we've been working on. I want to back up a step because I was looking at my video when I went to charge my camera. Oh, and real quick also, I got my tea. Remember I said this is tea, art and tea with Angie? Well, now I got my tea. And I got my teapot all filled. So anyway, so now I can officially call it art and tea with Angie. Anyway, I want to step back because I noticed in my... Something just crashed in my house, so hopefully it wasn't too serious. Anyway, I noticed that when I was making the birds and like some stars and lightning and all the little things, you may not have seen them as closely as you know you wanted to if you want to learn how to do what I was doing. So I'm making a video. So I'm taking this small brush, okay, and I'm going to show you guys how I made the birds. Okay, so it's really simple. You're just making like a little V and making the little things out like that. So that's it. That's all you're doing to do the birds. Okay, and you can even do it so there's birds going the opposite way, like that. And that's it. That's all you do to make the birds. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that up close in case it was really kind of hard to see it when I was showing you guys before. Let's replace now. Maybe that's the only thing I do in black. Okay, yeah. Now I want to show you guys how I do the I gotta put some more white paint on here. How I do the I'll show you how to do the comets or the shooting stars. Okay, so you make a dot like that, okay, and you just simply flick out, and that's a shooting star. Okay, so here's another shooting star. So put that dot there and flick out. And I think with the flick out, it just looks like that's a shooting star. It makes it just look like. You like my little sound effects? The other thing, let me show you how to make the little shining star. And also, if you want to create, if you want to show that something is like shiny, like if you paint a piece of something that's gold colored, or you want to show that there's shine bouncing off of something, or you just want to make a star, you can do one. You can do that like this. So you take it, make a point there, and then again, just do the same thing you do to make the these comets, but you just go like this. See how cool that looks? If I could, oh, all right, you guys, let me do it again. There's like too much paint on my brush, and it was getting too big. So let's do it again. All right, let's see if this one's going to work out better. You can kind of see what I'm talking about there, but there we go with that. Can't have like too much paint on the brush. Okay, you're going to flick out a little bit there, but at the same time, you can't have too little either, and I feel like it's doing it again. All right. If first you don't succeed, try and try again. I don't know why I'm not getting this brush right. Okay, let's go up here. There we go. We got it. Okay. And then flick out here. Do a nice flick. There we go. So like that. So you're looking to make a star like that. And I don't know why I can't get these to be the best ones I've ever done, but I think you get the point. I am going to try one more attempt. Sometimes it's the simple things in life. Okay, I think what was happening is my paint was getting too thick on my plate over here. There we go. That's what I was talking about right there. So that one. The rest of them look okay, but that's what you're kind of looking for right there. And then you just have to get it so that your paint's not too thick, but not too thin either. So anyway, so there's like the shining, like the bling star or the shining star. Or if you want to show that something is shiny, there's a way to do that. There's a comet, a shooting star. This is something else I did. This is just very simple. I don't know if you saw it in the video or not. You just go like this and make little stars everywhere. That's all. When I said make little stars, that's all I was talking about. Just put your brush, just make little stars. Bam, 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 bam. Easy. Okay, now the lightning. I'm going to show you the lightning. Let me see. Let me look at my camera real quick and see how far I can go down right here, or how far I can go up. Okay, cool. I can do the lightning coming up here at the top of this page. So we can do some lightning. And this I think you could see in the video, but since we have a close-up, let's just use the close-up. You're going to start wherever you want, but wiggle your brush. That's the most important part. Okay, like that. And then I usually take it from like somewhere in the middle or right above the middle and start aiming it another way. And then you have lightning. Okay, and again, that's not my best lightning, but I'm going to do another one. But that's the technique that you want to use. Okay, so let's do it again right here. Just one second, guys. I'm going to make sure my brush is... Like I said, when you're doing this kind of work, your brush has to be not too wet, but also not too dry, so, and not too much paint on your brush, but not too little. So what happens is you just work with it and you start getting the feeling for it. Okay, so then here, there we go. That's way better lightning. Okay, so there you go. So it's even, actually, after I look at it, it's good. There's no wrong way to make lightning. I mean, lightning does all kind of ways. But so that's how you do lightning. That's how you do shooting stars. That's how you do to show shine in something, or like a shiny star, and then the little star. So I just wanted to back up and show you guys that. One other thing, let me show you. When I was making the waterfalls, okay, like suppose it's the top of the mountain right here, or a bridge, or whatever I'm doing, or a window of a house, and I want to do some water dripping, and this could also represent snow too, either one. You're going to make like a little upside down triangle, see, like that, and then you're just going to go like this, and that's going to be water. And what you want is when you're done with the water, you want it to go down to a really fine point like that. Okay, so we can make some more. We can make some more water right there. Let me show you. We can make some more. Again, two upside down. Make an upside down triangle, and let's just make it a little. My brush is too. Just a second. Okay, we just want a little drippage coming down, not as long as the other one. There we go. Okay, so now you see how that worked. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to show you those things because those things are done really, really small, and some of them weren't showing up really good when I was doing the small stuff. When I was doing the water and the sky and stuff, it was showing up good, but those birds definitely weren't showing up in the camera. So just wanted to touch bases on that so you guys could get, because these are the things you need to, these are the little things that really make your picture come alive. So these are really good skills and tools, I should say tools, to put into your little artist box when you're doing this kind of work or any artwork. Lightning, stars, birds can go into any painting or art journal page. Okay, so let me refocus my camera, and if I go crazy with my camera, you guys will have to excuse me. Just a second. Oh, this isn't going to be too bad because instead of moving my camera up and down, I'm moving my picture. Okay, so I think we're focused in pretty good right there. Just a second, guys. I have to get on top of my chair and look into the camera to make sure. You know what? That's focused really nice. You guys, we'll keep it that focused on each part of this picture, and then I'll do a final zoom out at the end. So anyway, this is where we're going to work next, okay? Excuse if I grunted. I'm trying to get off this chair without killing myself. If you guys could see it, you'd be laughing. Anyway, this right here is was a ring, and I had painted in the sky already, the clouds, the birds, and now I wanted to put in some planets. So I'm going to show you guys how I make planets. I'm going to use my finger to make the planets. Sometimes I use a brush, but we need smaller planets. So I'm going to put a planet here like that, and go like that, make a little round circle. Okay, we'll do another planet over here. Okay. And where's another planet gonna go? We'll do another planet over here. All right. And you just make a little circular motion with your finger, and it makes a pretty round planet. And if it's not perfectly round, good, because perfectly round kind of looks fake. It looks almost better if, you know, it's not just perfect, because nothing in nature is perfect anyway. Okay, so what you want to do to make this look like a little planets or little moons, whatever you want to call them, moons, planets, suns, whatever, I usually try to pick out some colors that I used before. Okay. So I used this, oh shoot. I used this robin's egg blue. So I'm dipping my finger, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to dip my finger in here and in this darker blue. But right now I'm going to do this lighter blue, this robin's egg blue. Very little paint on your fingertip. So wipe a lot of it off. And then just kind of come in here and kind of like marbleize it in. See? Yeah, I like that. That looks good. We might run a little bit more white over that. We might run a little more white over it right now. So you kind of have to keep playing with it until you get it just right, because now I'm going to put a little bit more blue back in. Okay, now I like it. See? Now doesn't that look like a little planet or a little moon or a sun, whatever you want to call it. And then it's your little fantasy world. They can be whatever you want. So we'll do another one over here. Okay, now that's too much paint. So we'll do a little white and just kind of mush it all together in a little circle. And it should start blending it out. There we go. See? It starts blending it out. Let's just touch that right there. Perfect right there. I like how that looks. And then we'll do a little purple or blue. We'll do a little purple. I usually choose colors that I've already used in the painting, so it keeps it kind of cohesive. Well, plus then you don't have to think about it. That looks awesome right there. Love it. Okay, then what I like to do is I like to go ahead and take my small brush again. And let me look in the camera and make sure we're in focus. Yeah, you guys are seeing it. Okay. Especially you guys saw the color difference in this purple one. I like to take a little bit of white with this brush right here and just kind of make another little circle around, just to kind of define it a little more. But at the same time, don't make it too perfect. So like if it starts looking too perfect, kind of like just hit it with your finger a little bit so it kind of messes it up. Okay, like that. Showing you guys is better than explaining because explaining is like, you're like, what? So as I explain things, also just be watching what I'm doing. Okay, so again, we're going to kind of outline this whole thing. And if you don't make a perfect circle, that's like even better. Like I didn't make a perfect circle and I like how that looks. You just need to kind of just give it all a little border a little white border. It seems like it wouldn't make a difference, but it does. Like that. And I think those all look so cool. Isn't that look cool having those? Okay. So that's how you make like little moons or little planets, or you can call them little stars, whatever you want to call them. I kind of feel like I need to make one more. So you guys, one second. I'm going to make one more down here. One more purple one. I just feel like there needs to be a purple one. Okay, so we'll do it again. Then on top of that, we'll put a little white. I mean, you guys, look how much finger painting I'm doing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Now, I use a brush too, but I use your fingers are a great, great tool. Once you start using your fingers and getting comfortable with it, you'll really like it. Okay. Trying to get that purple right. I want a little bit more. Like I said, you just keep playing with it until you get it the way that you like it. Like I like that. Okay. But I want to, again, go around with some white and define that. So let's do that. But imperfectly, is that a word? Outline it, but don't do it perfectly. It's like you're giving your planet a little border, but not a perfect border. Okay, there we go. Okay. See how I like that one? I like it. Okay, so we're good. Now, what I want to do is I want to dry all this because I'd like to put some birds in those planets because that's what really starts making them look really like they're in the picture. So let me dry for a second. So now we're going to put those little birds, and I don't know if my camera, how close it is or not. Hopefully it's close enough for these birds, but at least I went through that whole, the technique on how to do the birds up close. So we're going to put a couple of birds. We're going to put a couple of birds in the planets, sometimes 3. I like to do the birds like they're flying even out of the planet. So like right on the edge here, and then a bird coming into this little planet. See? To make it look more natural. More natural in my fantasy world. Okay. Anyway. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay. I'll put one here. Grab a little more black paint. We'll put one over here. Okay, now I need to have one coming the opposite way. So it doesn't look like all the birds are the same. Okay, and then we'll do one going this way and one going like that. Okay, so see how that brings the planets now into this whole little world right here? So I like that. That looks good. We can also add a couple of stars in here. Those ones that look like I told you look like shiny stars. So it can look like the ones that are either shiny stars, or if you had like a piece of gold or a button and you wanted to show shine, those type of stars. So I'm going to put some right there. Pull it out. Pull it out. Okay. Just a second, guys. Trying to get my brush loaded up the right way. My paint has dried a little bit, so I think I might need to re-moisten my paint. So just use a little bit of water and just throw a little water on your paint. Sometimes that helps. But if your paint's sticking up, They're like, I don't know, they're just not workable. And that's what my paints have been like. That's why I've been having a little bit of trouble showing you guys some things. And I had to like redo them. Okay. So there we go. So there's one of those little stars. Let's do another one over here. And you guys, I put in, you know, I've showed you how to do the sky with all of its little things in the sky. I've showed you how to do the water and everything that's in the water. So I've shown you a lot of little techniques, enough that you could start doing an art card. So I'm going to work for probably 20-25 more minutes, and then I'll finish this up off camera, just because it'll make this video way too long if I keep on with this video until I'm done with this, because, you know, I still have probably another, I don't know, hour and a half to work. But I've shown you enough that you can go ahead and start making art cards and making these little worlds. I showed you how to do water. I've showed you how to do the sky. I showed you so many things. So I think I've shown you enough that you could get you started. And well, this isn't the last time I'll do this. I'll do these all the time. So you guys will always be seeing different techniques and tips on doing these type of pieces. And I'm always doing different things. So every time I do a video on one of these things, you guys will be learning. You'll have a new skill. So that's what I should say. Skills. Learning skills. And techniques. And tips. Those are all like really important things for art. Okay, so look how cool that looks. So we got the shiny stars going. You guys, that helped when I just sprayed water on my paints. Okay, now we're going to make little stars by I dipped my brush in white, and we're just touching the paper and making a bunch of little stars. And I think making these little stars really starts bringing alive the world, the stars. You can throw a few little stars on the planets. Why not? Okay. Throw a few little stars on the planets here. And I think that looks awesome. Okay, so we are done with that world. Let me look at my time and see where we're at. That looks really good. I can see it through the camera, what you guys are seeing. Just a second, you guys. I'm up on my chair looking at the top of my camera. That looks really cool. Okay, so what time do we have? I'm just looking at the time to see when my thing's going to turn off. Okay, you guys, we're going to work for probably about 20 more minutes, like I said. Let me put my hand, well, you know, I got to move this over anyway. It's okay, you guys, excuse the whole thing. Everything has to move for a second so we can go on to the next section. Oh! Why does that have to happen? My camera just fell. Technical difficulties, people. Just remember, I'm not a professional. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to do that castle, and we're going to do that cake, okay, for the next 20 or 25 minutes. Now, mind you, we still need to finish up. I still need to finish up in the water. I want to make some waves coming out of the water. I have a bridge up here I need to deal with. So there's some other things still, but I think, like I said, I think I've shown you guys enough things that I can get you started. And there's only so many tips and skills and techniques that you can learn at one time and then go apply them, because, you know, there's only so many you can remember. So, and you only need so many of them to put on an art card if you decide to go that way. Which is what I advise. I don't advise starting with a project this big. Okay. Let me move. Oh, I'm out of breath, you guys, because I had to get on top of my chair and all the rest of the nonsense. Anyway, what we're going to do is this whole little castle. This is so cool looking. I've been wanting to use this picture, this photograph for a while from a magazine. We're just going to drip water out of everything. So we're going to turn this into like a water feature, or there's going to be snow dripping off this entire castle. Then this cake that's in front of the castle is definitely going to be a water feature. So I guess what this is going to look like is that there's snow dripping off, and water or snow dripping off everywhere. And this is definitely going to look like a water feature. And then it'll go right down into the water below. did I set it up so you guys can see the water below? Let me see something. You can't see the water below, but that's fine. You can see right here. The water is that way, right below it. Okay, so let's start with the castle. And let's start dripping water or snow. And this is our own little fantasy world, so it can be whatever we want. Let's see, the first thing I want to see. Let's do, gotta make a big decision here. Okay, we'll do it at the top, which will make the most sense anyway. Okay, so I just dripped some water right down already, right to there. See, we're gonna do the same thing we've been doing. We're gonna make the little triangle, upside down triangle, like that, see? Fill that in, so that's the upside down triangle, and then bring it on down for water or snow effect. Okay, that looks good. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. I just sprayed the heck out of all my paint on this tray. I think this is going to be better. Okay. So let's just do another drip here. And this drip I don't want as long as the other one. I think this looks more natural when you have different levels of drippage of either snow or water. We'll bring that one up a little further down. And you want to bring it further down until also until you can get it really thin. Because when water or snow drips, as it almost is going to hit the ground or whatever, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner. It's not thick as it hits, you know. So I just think it just looks prettier in your picture too. And since it's a fantasy world, that's the most important part, that it looks pretty, in my opinion. Okay, but if you want to have an ugly world, you can do that. Just kidding. Anyway, okay, let's go here next. We'll put some snow or water right in here. And in this picture, we're going to call all of this snow, not water. We want it to look like some gothic thing from Batman. Okay. When we're done. Okay, so we're going to end that like right there. We're going to make this one a little longer. There we go. That looks good. Let me look at my camera to make sure what you guys are seeing. Oh, good. Good. You're getting a good view of this. Awesome. Okay, so here's another one. And what you're doing is you're just following little areas of the building itself. See? There's like a little, well, I followed the line. And then from there, I can go ahead and start dripping the snow. I mean, that's complete fantasy. To have snow dripping from a building and in front of it, it's like a waterfall. And this is a cake, you guys, a wedding cake from a wedding book that I got, a wedding magazine. So look out for wedding magazines. They have all kinds of gorgeousness in them for these type of pictures. They're the ones also that how I make water features out of the rings. That's where I also got the rings, the pictures of the rings was from this wedding magazine. And then cakes you can turn into beautiful waterfalls. Waterfalls or water features. Same thing. We're going to make this. Now, that line you just saw, you guys, went all the way down into the water below. Which right now you're not going to see the water below because I can't get that far away, or you guys won't be able to see what I'm doing. But I will show you guys the water dripping in here. Okay. Okay, just a second, you guys. I'm working on putting this water in, this snow dripping into the water. I keep forgetting I'm calling this snow, not water. But this is snow dripping into the water below. There we go. You guys know what I mean. Okay, let's do another here. And when you guys put your like little snow line in, or if this was water, your little water line in, it doesn't have to be perfect either. In fact, the more uneven it looks, the better. Like if this has a little bit more here, a little less there, it looks better. Okay. And I'm dripping this one right down into the water too. That little snow drift. Okay, this one's not going to drip down as far. Gonna end that right there. And then we'll do a little one right here. Okay, just like that. And the more imperfect that you do all this, just the cooler it's gonna look. Okay. And when I mean imperfect, like the line going down, I mean, you want it to be straight going down because that makes it look more natural, duh, but like, see how like I get like thicker and thin lines as I go down? That looks good. Because snow dripping or water, it's not going to be perfect. It's nature. And it's your world. Okay. So there we go with that. All right. We can go up here, put some snow dripping in here. Okay. And then another one here. Let's do just a little one there. Because if you do a long one here, you want to do a little one next to it because that just looks more natural. You don't want everything to be like the same length. You want the snow or water dripping at different lengths, just how you see it here. You know, it's your painting, so you can do whatever the heck you want to do. If you want all your water dripping the same, then have it like that. But in my opinion, it looks better like this. Oh, I almost dropped my brush. Okay, I'm going to do a little one right here. Okay. Okay, where else can we drip some snow? We'll do some here. Okay. Just a second, I have to start my brush again. It's getting too much paint on it. Okay, go back up. Okay, here we go. There we go. That looks good. Okay, and then let's see. Let's just drip some up here too. Yeah, just like that. That looks good. And just leave it like that. We'll drip some here too. Just drip some like that here. Maybe some falling off the edge there. We can drip a little bit on top of here. Just do it kind of messy. Not that messy. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Let that happen there. That looks good. So I like that. I like how that looks. That looks good. I'm just trying to see if there's any other little areas that I want to hit. And I think, let me just hit some right in. We'll hit some right here. Now see how I went over the other drips of snow? And or it could be water. It looks like it's behind still. So, because they're both white, it just makes the eye look like it's behind. So, like it's behind, like this water or snow is over that water line. So, just go right over it. You don't have to worry. Because of this, they're the same color. There we go. We'll put that in there. We'll do a little bit off of here. And put this in here. There we go. And I think that looks good. Yeah, So you guys get the point of that. Okay, so I'm going to go now to this cake because I really want you guys to see making a water feature out of this cake. So we got a bunch of snow drips, which looks really good. Just a second. I want to bring some of this down into some of these snow drifts into the water. I got to bring a few down. So just a second, people. Okay. So next, let's attack the cake so you guys can see that as a waterfall. Okay. It's easy. It's the same process as we just did the water. But you're doing it on this cake. Okay. And like I said, I got this wedding magazine that showed wedding dresses, wedding cakes, rings. So, and I got that from a thrift store. So always be looking at thrift stores for these magazines. So you can pick them up for 50 cents, $1. And you guys, when we're doing this type of artwork, you're really helping the environment, because all these books that you find at garage sales or thrift stores, they're on their last leg. Like, if you don't take them and buy them and or do something with them, they're going in the landfills. So we're helping, and we're making art out of it, and we're turning it into something else, something completely different than it was to be used for, and making something beautiful out of it. So, all right. Okay, so see how I went to the top of that cake, and I've just started dripping water. Again, make the little triangle. There we go, see? And then just drip some water. Do it again. I'm telling you guys, after you watch this video, you're going to want to start, you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to find a cake. I want to make a waterfall. I'm like getting nervous though, because this wedding magazine that I bought from a thrift store, I've cut so much out. I've almost used all the wedding cakes, and I'm not finding it. I haven't found it. Well, I could go get another wedding magazine at the regular store, but that defeats the purpose of what we're doing, you know, by getting them from thrift stores, saving them from landfills. And they're expensive. Those wedding magazines are like, those are like $15 magazines, or I don't know. They're expensive. So, let's save them from landfills, plus, you know, you want to pay like a good price when you're going to rip it up. Okay. I don't like how that turned out there. That's what I like, having that matte medium on here. See, I didn't like how that was going. I was going crooked. I don't like going crooked with any of my water. That's the only rule I have with water or snow. I don't like going crooked, because if water drips down or snow drips down, it's not going to go crooked. And the other thing is, I like to get thin as I get to the bottom of that drip of snow or water. So those are my two rules of making either snow coming off of something and or these waterfalls or water features. Okay, so there we go. This is going to drip all the way down into the water below. Okay. And I don't know if you guys can see this in here, but see the unevenness like this? How it got a little thicker here? I don't mind that. But at the end, it got really nice and thin. Because in nature, when you see water dripping, it's a messy. It gets really messy looking. But at the same time, it gets thin as it almost hits the ground, and it doesn't go crooked. So if your line starts going really crooked, just like, since you have matte medium on there, you can just erase it. I'm going to go all the way down with this one and get first into the water. And someone's going to ask me, I know, can I use collage, any type of collage mediums? I would not. I would not use regular glue. I would not use regular collage mediums, because you want to create, one, a paintable surface, and a surface that if you make a mistake, you can just simply wipe it off. And then that way, you know, you can make a million mistakes, but it's never a mistake, because you can just erase it. You know, just take a little wet baby cloth and just erase your mistake with the baby cloth, with the wet wipe, and start again and redo it. And you're making it a paintable surface for the acrylic. It's not a paintable surface when you use like the decoupage medium. At least it's not as good of a paintable surface as it is with the matte medium. Whether you use Liquitex or use that goldenrod, whichever. I know there's people that are yelling at me right now because they swear by the brand they're using. So I've used both because it just depends if I'm at Michael's or I'm at Joann's. Because one of them carries Goldens and one of them carries Liquitex. So whatever. And if you use them both and then you start preferring one over the other, then definitely use what you want to use. Okay, so you can see I'm bringing this line across like I've been doing. I've been bringing a line almost on every layer. Almost every layer. I brought a line. And then you just start doing your little upside down triangles and creating your waterfalls. Okay. Is this looking cool, you guys, or what with this cake? I think this looks so cool. Okay, there's a little section up here at the top that I could have done right here. There's a layer right here that we could have done. We're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So all you're doing is, whether you're doing this on a building or you're doing this on a cake, you're following the lines that are already there and just saying, oh, okay, there's a line there. Let's just go ahead and put our snow drift right there, and then, or right here, our water line. And then start from there, just start dripping your water off. So it's like your little basis or your little plan is already there. So it's pretty cool. Okay, that looks awesome. Let me look and see what you guys are seeing in the camera. Oh yeah, that turned out cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me look at my time situation. Okay. What we're gonna do is, excuse the camera like always, we're gonna come down to this water. And again, you guys, sorry, but I got to get on top of my chair. So, and the camera's going to move, so sorry. Oh, God, I don't know why the camera likes to fall. Stop falling. Stay. Okay. I'm trying to make sure what you guys are seeing. Okay, perfect. Because right here's where we're going to work at. All right. I'm coming back down on my chair. Hopefully I don't kill myself. Okay, I'm back to the ground. Okay, right here I want to throw like some waves up on all this, and I want you guys to see that because that'd be really good to add into your own. If you do a collage painting like I'm doing, or if you're going to do an art card. Either one. Okay, this is my brush that I like. Let me just show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay, not a really big deal, and it's kind of scruffy, but I like it. I like it to make waves. Okay, or not just waves, we're going to make splashes. Okay, so you're going to take your paint like that. And this thing is kind of in the way, so I'll do my best, people. I'll do my best. All right, so let me make sure what you guys are seeing. I really need to move the darn thing back. Just a second. You guys can see if I move this back. Okay, I'm going to work right here. Yeah, you can see. Okay. The legs were like in the way. So what you want to do is right here to make some splashes, just simply go up like that, and like that. That's it. Is that easy or what? Again, like that, like that, like that. The only rule on making the splashes is that when you get to the top of your splash, you want it to kind of thin out a little bit. You don't want it to be super thick up there. It can even thin out to being nothing, but you don't want it to be like, you know, like a tree trunk when you get up there. Okay, so and this one I'm just going to do some splashes like that. I'm going to go all the same way. Okay, I'm going to stop there with the waves on that side, the splashes, because my arm of my camera's in the way. Okay, so here I want to do some more splashes. Okay. I might use my other brush. That brush is getting really big. And remember, you guys, this is, you know, splashing of like the water. So nothing has to be perfect. The only rule, like I said, as you go up, it needs to thin out or thin out to nothing. So it looks like a splash. Okay. I'm going to do a little more over here. Okay. I'm almost liking my other brush for this, but it's okay. Okay, now we put our splashes in here. And they look a little uniform for me, but I'm going to show you how they're not going to look uniform. Okay. So, then what we're going to do is we're going to make little splashes below that. Okay, so we're going to make little splashes below, like this. So here we go, just right in the water. Just, you know, there's always going to be these little splashes everywhere from the drips of the water, or the snow, or the going to be little drips of water left from the big splashes. Okay. And I bring some up here, and bring some of those up here, and make them really random, because that's how the splashes of water would be, random. Okay. So I think that looks good right there. Now this is what's really going to bring things into perspective with these waves, or with the splashing. Okay. You're going to take your brush like this. Okay, dip it in your paint, and you're going to use it as as like a little scrub brush. And on the side, okay, on the side of your paper, on some little piece of paper, you want to get as much paint off as you get, a lot of paint off. So you're just dealing with a little bit of paint, okay? Now, there's always a little bit of like small little splashes, like this small. See? So it looks like little water splashes. Like, you know, when you jump in the water, you know, the water splashes in the air. That's what I'm talking about. So, and it's what makes your painting start looking, and even do it in the water too. I think it's what starts making the whole thing look more real. Okay, you guys, see how adding the like the little splashes like that with this, it starts making it look more real, don't you think? So I think that looks awesome. Okay, you guys, that is as much as I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to be working on, and then I'll come back with it all finished up. But let me move my camera out so you guys aren't going to see anything for a second. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Now let me zoom out so you guys can see the whole thing. Okay, it's not going to be a close-up anymore, but you're going to be able to see the whole picture, hopefully. Sorry, you guys, while I try and get this. Oh my gosh. You guys, my camera just fell. All right. Cannot believe that just happened. It fell right into my lap as I got up. If I can edit this out, you guys, my editing skills, I'll just tell you the truth. My editing skills suck. But if I can edit this part out, I will. And if I can't edit it out, thank you for sticking with me, if you have still. All right, let me zoom out. Let's hopefully this part goes well. Okay. So as you guys can see, we've zoomed out as much as we can zoom out. Did I get everything in there? You're just not seeing the very bottom of the water right now, which is fine, because we did most of the water. I want to show you this part up and through here, what I have to finish still. Okay, and we are kind of zoomed out, so you're not going to be able to see real close, so I just want to explain what we got to still finish. Right here is, this was like a piece of a log right here, and I just thought this would be really cool because it's like, to me, it looks like a little bridge. So I'll probably drip more water off of the bridge and put some little people in here. Over here, I'll continue this into a bridge. And I may even, right here, because it's kind of a little dip area right here, make this into a little cave. To me, that looks like a little cave. That looks like another little cave. I'll make those, and you'll see how I made those caves. I'll explain that when I come back, when it's all finished. Again, to me, this looks very cave-like right here. So I'll probably turn that into a cave too. Now, right here is this is actually a pant leg that I made into a bridge. And it's a pant leg that's straight, like she was standing up. So I just cut her legs off and then turned it, and now I made that into a bridge. So there'll be little people walking here. And that's probably about it. So I don't have that much more to do. And then the other thing I have to do is, just a second, I have to put, remember I was going to put her in the picture. So I will take her and I will probably reduce her in size. And I will, make sure you guys can see her. That's good enough. You guys saw her before. But, and I'll reduce her in size and put her in the picture. And she'll probably, her hair will probably flow into the water below. Like, down and through here, the water. And then I will, you guys will see how I'll incorporate the water rushing over her hair. And do some other things. You might, lightning might be hitting her, or wind, or whatever, so that I can get her into the picture and not look like I just applied her on top of the picture. But I will explain that too. So let me go ahead, you guys, turn off the camera, finish this all up, and then you guys will see the very, very final finished product, okay? All right, talk to you soon. Okay, you guys, I went ahead and finished everything up. But I did want to before. Okay, I finished it up. But remember, I'm going to take her, my drawing, and my watercolored her up. I'm going to put her in the picture. But I haven't done that yet because I want to show you guys. I haven't done that yet because I want to show you guys what I finished up. Okay, let's make sure in the camera so I can make sure I'm showing you guys. Yeah. Okay. Remember I told you this was like a log right here? So I made that into like a little bridge. Okay, so I put that in here. And then I painted in these little people. Aren't they cute? So you're just doing little shapes of people. Like, a little, like, just a shape of a little, maybe a little head, a little body, and then throw some legs down. So just experiment with that. I will show that on another video, how I did the people. Because I've given you guys a lot of different techniques and tips. So, you can only handle so many things at one time and try them out. And so on the next video, I promise I will show you guys exactly how I did these people. Some of you guys will understand, like I just said, you just simply just kind of make the shape of a head with a little small brush, then come with the body and then throw some legs. And then I made them fishing too, like right here. This one's fishing. Let's check the camera. I want to make sure you guys are seeing those little people I'm talking about. Yeah, the little black ones, like right there. Okay. And they're black, and you're just seeing the shape of them because they're supposed to look like they're far away. Okay. Like in real life, you don't. If you're looking at some faraway mountain, you might see some people, but you just see their little silhouette. It's just like a little black silhouette. You don't see the actual person. So that's exactly what these are. Okay. Also from there, okay, I just saw this, and this is what starts happening in these pictures. You just start seeing things start appearing, and to me, I saw this little cave right here. After I decoupaged everything together, this just showed up to me. So how you make this into like a little cave? You take a little white paint on your finger here. And you just simply go like this, make a little arch. That's it. And then when you make the little arch, make sure that you blend it out so it's not like a harsh line. And make sure even you might want to take a little baby wipe, a wet baby wipe, and just blend this out here. If it doesn't blend out enough, just take a baby wipe and blend it out. And remember that. You can take a baby wipe and make anything blend out. Erase it or blend it out. Okay. And then I threw in a bunch of the stars, these blingy stars, the shooting stars. I threw some lightning in here. And then little stars there. Then right here, let me make sure you guys are seeing this. Right here, I saw another, right there. See that little spot? Let me do it right there. See that little spot right there? Right there. I saw that to be a little cave. So I, again, took my white paint, went just like that, and made sure it just blended out, and blended out on the outside and blended out here. And right there is like a little cave. So just remember, when you want to create a cave, and you see a little spot for a cave, just go like that with some white paint, make it blend out a little bit, make sure it blends out at the bottom, and you have a little cave. It's that simple. Okay, over here, okay, this was a big, okay, right, okay, remember this spot here? This is where we just created that, this is where we just, it was the ring. Let me just see if I can't just temporarily show you my camera. Right there. See this? Remember we just did this thing? Okay, this is a ring. This is the inside of the ring. And in the inside of the ring, I made this whole little world, okay? And then the rings are right above it. So let me bring my camera back down. And now the stone part of the rings are right here, okay? So what I did is I dripped water off all of the stones of the ring. So I turned it into a water feature. And then in here I thought, oh, this is a perfect little world in here. So I started putting in all of these moons or little planets. See, they're all in there. And then birds and the planets. I put in, right here, I made it like a little, it's still waterfalls, but obviously there's like some type of a little bridge here. And the people are fishing, so I did that here. Okay. And then down here there's some more, it's another little bridge and some more people fishing and some more water falling everywhere. And then I just put little dots everywhere to make little stars. So this is its own little world too. So in this painting, I mean, we have like probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 different little worlds working, which I think is really, really cool. So I just wanted to point that out before I go and, the things I finished up and did before I go and put in my figure, because she is going to cover some of this up, and it happens every time things get covered up, but that's just the nature of the beast with doing this kind of work. Also, I wanted to show you right here, underneath this cave I made, this is a pant leg right here. And so I saw a little crease in here, like right here. There's like a little crease. And when I saw that crease, to me it was just like a little, I don't know, a little hill, a little pathway, a little piece of land and a little hill. So I went ahead and put some people in, and I had them fishing, and this person's walking up, and this is just a little pant leg. This is the lower part of the pant leg right here. And I just put a line of white in there. So it's like there's a little bridge behind there, but there's water falling off the bridge, and they're fishing. And they're fishing right there. So I just wanted to quickly show you that. I'm going to now apply my girl. See if you guys can see her. Okay, I'm going to apply her into this picture, and you guys will see the finished product. I'll be back. Okay, you guys. I wanted to share with you guys the piece is all finished, and I wanted to give you, I know it's kind of a far away view of her, but this is the best I can do, because to get this whole piece in the camera, I had to do it like this, so sorry. And over the sky a little bit, maybe I'll move this in just a second and show you parts of it so you guys can see. But this is the overall view, okay? Let me come in and I'll give you guys a few more close-up shots of it. Okay, so that's, and I can move the camera. You guys excuse the camera because I'm going to be moving it so you guys can get a view of every little part of this. So the bottom, let's see if I can, let me move it again. Okay, so there's the bottom. Just a second. Let me get off my chair. I swear, you guys, it's like a circus act in my room to film this video because of this overview, and the overhead view is taller than me, so I have to stand on a chair to like zoom in and zoom out. It's just crazy. Anyway, okay, so we'll take this in section just so I can show you a little bit better. But as you can see, yeah, I'm just looking at what you guys are looking at. As you can see, I went ahead and I made a copy of her. I copied her off 8 by 10, and then I cut her out. And And then, so I placed her down here. So her hair is in the water, but to make it look like that, I took paint with my fingers, of course, like I've always been doing, and just brushed white over her hair, but not too much paint because you still want to see her hair in here. I brushed over white, some aqua blue, a little bit of the darker blue, just so it looks like her hair is underwater, like she's rising out of the water. So I think that turned out really good. And then I did some, let me see what you're seeing, I did some splashes around her face. So all this stuff I'm doing is bringing her into the picture so she doesn't look like I just glued her on top, okay? So then I did some splashes that hitting right here, hitting her sides of her head. Let me back up a little bit so we can see. Okay, there we go. We can come in a little bit more now since we're doing parts. Okay, on her hair, you can see I did, I'm doing, oh, what are these called? These flying stars. I don't know, it's not hitting my brain right now. It will hit my brain in a minute. Anyway, you know, these shooting stars, flying stars. Oh my gosh. Shooting stars. The other little shine, little sparkle stars everywhere. Around her hairline, when I originally drew this picture, I didn't put the little white dots in that are around her face. I just put those inks. I just thought that would look really cool. And then, so by doing that, by putting in the shooting stars and some stars around her and splashing a little bit of waves on her, and then at the bottom, like I showed you, making her hair look like it's underwater, it brings her into the picture. So, and then I'll go and show you guys what the top looks like. You guys have already seen it anyway, but. And then that's what the top looks like. Let's zoom out a little bit. And that's what the top looks like. And then we'll do a full zoom so you guys can see fully the whole thing, kind of. Woo, this thing. Let me come a little bit closer. Excuse me, guys. I'm having to move the camera. Oh, you guys, my, this stand that my camera's on, oh, it's making me mad. It wanted to come forward, hit me in the nose again. Yeah, for the second time. Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, so now you guys got a full overview. I want to share some things really quick before we wrap this up. Like I said, this is a big project, you guys, and I don't expect everybody to start out with a big old project like this. But I want to show you quickly some art cards, and this is going to be quick. Okay, so you can do art cards. Like, I'll put that down there, and let me just zoom in a little bit with the art cards, so you guys can check those out. Okay, so these are the art cards that I did. See how there's like a clock, and there's the shooting stars and the water. Okay, now what I suggest is to do either like a 4x6 or 5x7, something like that, small enough but big enough to really make a nice impact and make a nice art card. And then these art cards you can give out to friends as in Happy Mail. Make a bunch of them up and send them in some Happy Mail. I would, if I was you, make copies of them and then laminate them. Making copies, because you did a lot of work on them, and it's like hard to give up your original. So make copies of them on like 110-pound cardstock. If you only have the 80-pound, do it on the 80-pound cardstock. The big thing though is after after that, turn them over, and I haven't done that to this one, and use black acrylic paint. Cheap acrylic black paint, doesn't matter what you use. Paint the backs, sign it and date it so people have that. And then run it through your laminator. You guys, they look so cool laminated, and nobody will throw away your art cards ever because it's laminated, okay? And plus, they're going to look so cool. Okay, let me just show you a couple of others. Now, this is, yeah, here's another one. This was actually my Christmas card this year. Show you guys that one. We can come in a little closer. Oh, not that close. All right, that's about what it's going to work. Okay. Let me show you guys a few more of these art cards. There's another one. Okay, let me see how this one's going. Okay, there's another. This is kind of a cool one. This is one of the first ones I ever did. Kind of simple how I did it. I took her, and she's a black and white. This is Queen something. Someone's going to tell me. And I took my pink Copic marker, and just, since it's black and white, I just wanted to do the like pink on some of the clothing. And then these were flowers roses that I put on her for her headpiece, and then down here, and then just little white dots. You could be that simple. This is one that Dee Dee Willingham sent me, and she's the lady I learned this whole thing from. She sent me that art card. She sends. I'm in her Ustream group, and people who are in her Ustream group that come on a regular basis, she sends you when you're new. She sends you an art card, so that's really nice. Okay, and there's another art card. There's another one. Here's another one. So you guys are getting the sense. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. So that's what I mean for your person. Like, I draw and paint my own people. You don't have to do that. You can cut your person out of the magazine and incorporate it, and the bird. See? Like, I like that little boy. I just thought he was so precious, so I put him in this art card. And then here, I love this Asian woman in here. And I love this guitar. And what I like about that guitar is you can barely see the little people. I made the top of the guitar a little mountain. So see how you start to see things, and things start appearing to you. And so anyway, I wanted to share those with you. Make sure you guys, if you want to do this project, I'll show you guys. I would start with the art cards. Make sure when you're done with the art cards, you paint them black on the back. Paint the backs black. It makes a really nice background. Oh, I know one thing I forgot to tell you. If you decide not to laminate them, or you don't have a laminator, you want to seal everything with a sealer. Hopefully I have the bottle. I have the bottle, a gloss varnish. That's what you want to do. Okay, you guys, see, this is my bottle of gloss varnish. I covered it with pretty duct tape, so I can't show you the brand. I think Delco has a gloss varnish. Just go to Joann's or Michael's and get a gloss varnish. No big deal. Doesn't matter what brand you buy. And varnish your cards. I would varnish my cards if I was going to laminate them or not, so I can keep them. They look really cool. When you laminate it, or when you varnish them, it really brings out the brilliance of all the colors in the picture. So make sure you varnish all your cards. Even if you're going to make copies, I wouldn't varnish the copies I wouldn't varnish the copies if you're going to throw it through the laminator, because the laminator is going to give you a nice shine and gloss. If you're going to make copies, paint the backs black and then varnish the copy, okay? If you're going to run it through the laminator, still make your copy on 80-pound or 110-pound cardstock. I recommend 110-pound. Paint the backs black, sign it, date it. So either way, you do both of it. You paint them black, sign and date no matter what. And then, like I said, if you're not going to run through the laminator, put your gloss varnish on top, okay? Okay, you guys, I think that's it. I think I've spoken enough. I think you're probably sick of me. And I want to do a giveaway. If you have stuck with me through this whole entire long video, just leave a comment below, and I will give away this one. I'll give away a print of this. I use a really beautiful photograph paper, 11 by 14? 11 by 12, I believe it is. That's the size, so that it fits an 11 by 12 frame, or it's 11 by 14 frame. I can't remember. It's one of the two. So if you want to frame it, it's easy to frame. And when I do it on this really beautiful, high quality photo paper, it really brings out the brilliance and the colors. You get a really nice print, heavy duty, and has a nice shine on it. So, I will do it. So just leave a comment below. You'll be in the giveaway. We'll do it next week. And I'm trying to think what today is. I will leave in the, what is today? What is today? Tuesday. I will wait until next Tuesday and do the giveaway. So just have your comment in before next Tuesday, and I'll do the giveaway next Tuesday. I'll have that date in the section below. And I think that's it. Okay, you guys, make sure that you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. I'd love for you to share my channel with your other friends. Leave a comment so you're in the giveaway. Give this video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!